Hey YouTubers, I thought I should make something a little more useful than user commentary on my gameplays and throw in some tips and tricks for you. So this is an open topic, so please let me know what you feel and think in the comments. As 90% of the people watching quad videos in YouTube are actually thinking players, it is more dedicated to the World of Tank beginners. So if you have a friend who is starting World of Tanks or you see a really terrible player, send him over here so she or he would get some ideas how to do it in the right way. I will have some gameplay footage running on the background so it would not be just my monotone voice talking about the basics. As you can see from it, I'm just an average Joe when it comes to World of Tanks, but this video is worth looking or listening. Also bear in mind that the video footage is not related with the topics covered. So first of all, let's take the huge topic of experience points. People intend to have no clue how it's actually calculated or what counts and how to get more experience points. Of course, the actual formula is not revealed to us gamers, but after some time of playing, you get the general idea. So point 1. Damaging the tank is one of the most important XP providers for you. This is something that the players in lower tiers fail to understand. What it means is that hitting the tank and dealing, let's say, 200 HP damage gives you more experience points than killing the enemy with 25 HP. So it should be per point of damage. I mean the experience then. So second point, being the first player to spot and light up a certain tank on the map gives you XP bonus, and this is why all the scouts keep rushing on enemy tanks. However, only the first spotter will get the bonus. So if they all go in punch, there is no point in that. Point 3. If enemy is shot by a friendly tank that can not see the target, but sees him only thanks to you spotting the tank, you will get 50% of the experience made out of this damage. Of course, when there are more spotters than you linking the shooting tank to the enemy tank, the experience points, the 50% experience is divided by those spotters. The other half goes to the shooter, of course. Point 4. Bonus XP comes from critical hits. Winning the match, if I'm not mistaken, it should be 1.5 times the experience you would get if you lose. And having a premium account. I'm not sure if getting medals will grant you XP boost. I don't think so, but I don't know for sure. Point 5. Shooting higher tier tanks than your current tank will grant you more experience than shooting the same tier tanks or lower. Point 6. Capturing a flag. XP per point scored up to 100 points. This is a place for arguing because there are a lot of players who order you to cap, and at the same time there are other players telling you to go for the kill. Rule of thumb is, if the sum of enemy tank or tank's HP is greater than the sum of cap points you can make, go for the kill. So, secondly, let's concentrate on scouting. My friend Tess Games, check him out in YouTube. He's constantly telling me that a good scout does not die, and that this is the basics for good scouting. I must admit I'm not excellent at it. I die a lot. But point 1. Not all light tanks are scouts, so learn to make the difference. Some really suck at speed, while there are tank destroyers, for example T-25 AT, that run 55 km per hour. However, if your team has a lot of scouts, make sure that you are not the one rushing on the enemy team like crazy, just to spot them early in the game and then die. This is not how it's done. If you see them rushing in, let them and stay behind. You can watch out for enemy scouts and defend your artillery for them. And after you're done with it, you can do a late scout rush and give your big gun teammates a good opportunity to take them out. By them I mean the opposite team. Your second option is to rush to an observation point. By observation point I mean a bush that will cover your whole tank. And if you stay fit, this bush, you can fit your whole tank in it, so you're not spotted, but you can spot the opposite team. So you just have to sit tight, do not move a muscle, not a turret, not anything, and let your team do the shooting. Because remember, all the tanks that shoot the enemy you spotted will give 50% of their damage experience to you or the spotters. So, thirdly, do not go for all deers at the same time. I mean, do not research them all at the same time. Lately it has come to my attention that there are quite some players trying to push all tank lines at the same time. So after 3000 battles, they will have all their 5 tanks. German, French, US, Russian, all of them, all their 5s. But no tier 10, or they don't have any moneymakers before it. It's a lot easier to grind if you have some good tanks and that can create free experience points and also money. So I give you some tips, nothing specific, just a small overview about the different nations and the tanks there. USA tanks, they are, let's say, good all-arounders, but they're not excellent in anything. The German tanks have great accuracy and a lot of HP, but they do less damage than the others. The Russian tanks, they can punch a crazy ass damage, but they have inaccurate guns. The French tanks, let's call them hit and run tanks. They are a devastating blow in the right hands. They have a barrel gun that can make 6 shots really fast and then, well, reloads like an artillery for 40 seconds or so. But the bad side is that those tanks are made out of paper, so everything can shoot through those bastards. So these are the 4 nations and their tanks there. Of course, there are some exceptions. So, fourthly, calling players that use premium tanks wallet warriors or something like this is a really old joke and it has worn itself off. Recently I was called a wallet warrior myself by a player who was in a clan. I don't really remember the name and that's not important. But I immediately know that this player is a no good tank player and this clan is most likely full of shit. I know it because if he's not buying gold, he's not buying gold ammo. And no respectful clan holds its clan wars with standard ammunition. The clan is shitty because they even accepted such player. It means that they don't mean business. So, in the end, I made a heck of a job out there, though we lost, and he got killed quite fast. So, I was correct. Of course, there are good clans there as well that actually make gold by owning land on the WOT map, but likelihood that this was the case there is close to nada. So, sure there are players who lack thinking power or skill and just bought themselves a high tier tank. But, point one, there are also more and more players who have bought the premium tanks after serious thinking and doing some calculations. Premium tanks are known moneymakers. For example, I will almost never get less than 40,000 credits with Type 59. It doesn't matter if I win or lose. I just won't make it under 40,000 credits. Point 2. These players are actually investing money into this awesome game. So without such, so to say, clients, we would not have free to play World of Tanks, but you have to buy the game. So it's because of them you can buy this or play this game for free. So I hope you got your questions answered, or you gained some additional information that you didn't know before. If you still have some questions, post them to the comment area down here in YouTube, and I will cover them in the next tips and tricks section. So this is about it for this time. Of course, check out the Tanko Danko, meaning tank versus tank, videos that I have made. Actually, there is only one out right now, and tell me which tanks you would like to see facing each other. Of course, we will be going from the lower tiers to the higher ones. We won't be rushing right to IS-7 versus T-30, for example. But right now we're doing tier 5s, tier 5 tanks. So tell me your thoughts about this one. Also, are there any specific games you would like me to do gameplays with? I actually have acquired quite some games, but I just don't have the time, and I ran out of capacity in my PC, so it was really a struggle to make this video here. And what more is there to say? I haven't received that much gameplay comments or feedback about the videos. Maybe there is something I'm doing wrong or something I could improve in. I know there are some things I could improve. There always will be. But we'll see. So take care, be cool, and have some fun playing the games.